another Pass the Microphone webinar series presented to you by the World Refining Association. Today we have with us Mr. James Brown from DNV. DNV is a global provider of services for managing risk, helping their customers to safely and responsibly improve their business performance. For all the listeners tuning in, especially if you're in the marine, energy, and oil and gas sector, I'm sure you're familiar with DNV's continual commitment to safeguarding life, property, and the environment. Good day to you, James. Welcome to the webinar. How are you feeling today?
Hi, I'm feeling good, thanks.
Great, great. James has been with DNV for almost 4 years and has recently moved from the Manchester office, where he was client manager for several FTSE 100 companies. He has provided process safety expertise and guidance to organizations in the onshore and offshore oil and gas, chemical, and the utility industries. Tell us a bit more about your current role as head of section for DNV's Energy Advisory Services here in Singapore, James.
Sure. Like you said, I started here just over a month ago. My objective, my task is to try and grow our services to the oil, gas, and petrochemical industries, but also in cleaner technology. We hope to provide more of our current services, which includes technology qualification, sea risk management, process safety management, and other such project risk and enterprise risk management projects.
Great, great. I see from your CV that you have diverse experiences in both upstream and downstream oil and gas. And how will that help you and your work here in Asia, you think?
Yeah, my background really is working for operators, people like BG, BHP Billiton, and others. I think working with such large multinational corporations, I think I can bring those experiences with me to Southeast Asia.
Nice. And I also see from your CV that you've completed a retrospective EER assessment for the Deepwater Horizon. EER meaning escape, evacuation, and rescue. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's correct. That was a retrospective study to try and help one of the major parties understand what could have been done differently to help them improve in future.
Right. I mean, although the BP Macondo was an offshore incident, it kind of caused a serious ripple effect across the entire value chain of the oil and gas industry. And how do you think the downstream sector can use this as a learning point to improve or reinvent their process safety or disaster management strategies?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think probably what's just as pertinent, certainly for this region, is the recent incident at the refinery, at Shell's refinery. A lot of the underlying root causes tend to be the same. What companies tend to do is to look at the initial causes at the outset. What we advise people to do is to look at the underlying root causes and the systemic causes as well. It can go back to training, it can go back to process safety management culture. And certainly with the BP Macondo incident, the culture within the industry has been highlighted by the US authorities very recently as being one of the contributing factors. So we can learn a lot from various different incidents, including BP Macondo, Fukushima, and others in the past.
Right. And do you see that the Asia market has been resistant to changes?
Not at all. Obviously, I've not been here for very long, so I'm still learning more about the market. But
right.
Yeah, what I see when I come to Singapore is just the diversity
right.
of people, of businesses, the willingness to incorporate new technologies. From what I can see, the region is more than willing to accept change.
And it is a really diverse and I would say somewhat unique market the Asia region is. And how is DNV differentiating itself from the others?
Well, DNV, I think, as you said, we're an independent foundation, and that means a couple of things. Firstly, we have no shareholders, so we reinvest all profit back into research and innovation, into joint industry projects, new rules and new standards, and that enables us to really stand at the forefront of ways of thinking. And also, it means being a foundation means that we are recognizably independent. So our clients like to bring us in as a third party to initiate change. For example, with the Deepwater Horizon incident, it was DNV who was asked by the US authorities to come and perform a failure investigation. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is obviously our expertise and competence in a variety of different areas, including all that I mentioned before, so risk, project risk, enterprise risk, across the board through the life cycle of projects. And lastly, I think we prefer to sit down with our clients and deliver tailor-made solutions. So that's solutions that are really going to work for them rather than off-the-shelf solutions which perhaps don't quite fit.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. And I guess that's kind of where you bring value to the table as well in terms of tailor-making solutions and kind of realizing and understanding their needs and requirements.
That's right, that's right. We try to invest time into sitting down with our clients and listening to them and tailor-making things especially for them.
Great. And why should refining and petrochemical executive attend Downstream Asia, you think?
Well, a number of reasons, really. Firstly, I think the one that comes to everybody's mind is the opportunity to network with others in the industry, with their peers, and also to check out what the competition's doing. There's always opportunities to keep abreast of the latest developments in ways of thinking and in technology, to see industry best practice, to see how they are doing and how they are faring compared to their competitors. And lastly, I think one thing that's really interesting for the downstream market is to put us service providers through our paces. So come and meet with us. We have our stands. We are giving presentations. We have the opportunity to work with a variety of different clients across the market. So that's another good opportunity for these guys to come and see what's going on.
Brilliant, brilliant. And why are you personally looking forward to Downstream Asia this year?
Well, as I said before, I haven't been in the region for very long. I'm keen to meet with people, to understand more about their needs, to understand more about the market and more about the region. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Nice, nice. DNV is the silver sponsor for Downstream Asia 2011, and you can meet James and his team from DNV at booth number 20 at the Downstream Asia exhibition from the 1st and 2nd of November at Suntec City Convention Center. James will be presenting a paper titled Process Safety Management, Asking the Right Questions on the morning plenary session of 2nd November. I'm going to ask you the right question now, James. Can you briefly tell us a bit more about your presentation?
Sure. Without giving too much away, I'm going to be talking first and foremost about the basics of process safety again. And I appreciate that not everybody in the room is going to be fully conversant in process safety and what process safety is all about. So I'm going to talk about DNV's approach to process safety management and the barrier management model. I'll talk about some of the latest developments and tools that we use. I'll be talking about process safety management frameworks, including DNV's ISRS tool. But across the board, the underlying message will be really around asking some simple, well-placed questions could be the start to providing strong leadership and initiating cultural change within an organization. And I'll be giving an example of a project that I managed for a large energy provider in the UK. I ran an event and I supported their board of directors over there who really wanted to engage with the workforce and really stand out as leaders in process safety. Their concern was that some of these guys didn't have the technical background that some feel would perhaps be necessary. So they simply wanted to be able to ask the right questions. So I'll be providing the audience with a few questions at the end.
Great, great. Really looking forward to that. Thank you very much, James, for being part of the webinar today. And until the next time, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Cheers.